Good evening and welcome to the Vernon Township Supervisors Reorganizational Meeting for January 6, 2020. Go ahead and prayer and a salute to the flag. Supervisor will make a prayer.
May we all use prudent judgment in our decision-making and exercise our duties justly and for the benefit of the greater good. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Lori.
Maloney.
Here.
Snyder.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Wagner.
Here.
Beer.
Present.
Okay, at this time we're going to have the election of officers. So, chairman nominations.
I'll nominate Don Maloney.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Should ask for other nominations.
I'm sorry, what?
You should ask for other nominations. There are none.
Any other nominations?
Pardon me?
You should ask if there are any other nominations.
Oh, are there any other nominations? I'm sorry. Getting off to a great
Just a
start.
procedural thing.
Just getting off to a great start here. Okay, excuse me. So, roll call.
Maloney.
Abstain.
Snyder.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Wagner.
Yes.
Beer.
Yes.
Okay, so we have the appointment for chairman. Nomination for vice chairman. Motion to appoint.
I nominate Gary Wagner.
I second that.
I was actually going to nominate Fritz, but I don't know how, just to carry on the way I was going. Nothing against Gary, but I guess it all depends on,
Mass Fritz always feels about it.
Fritz, would you like to be vice chairman again?
Yes. That would be nice.
I'll recuse the nomination.
Put my name up there.
okay,
Then
I didn't know.
I recuse, so then I'm off.
All right.
okay, okay. That's
So-
fine.
Aye.
I just didn't know if you could do that not being here. That's what I was
Oh, yes, you can.
concerned about.
Because I have Greg
Yes,
nominated
that's-
Fritz and
Yeah, that's why we have him on the phone, so. We have a
course, he's
motion
gonna
and
be
a
abstain.
second for Fritz.
who seconded it, please?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, roll call, Lori.
Beer.
Yes.
Wagner.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Snyder.
Abstain.
Maloney.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. This time we'll have the appointments. We're just going to do these in bulk here. So we have, first we have the Secretary Treasurer, Lori Slavy. Second, Code Enforcement Officer for Building and Fire, NDIA and CCI. Code Enforcement Officer for Fire Codes, current fire chiefs. Roadmaster Ludwig Zarambinski, Road Foreman Scott Walters, Sewage Enforcement Officer Michael Rinkovich, Backup Sewage Enforcement Officer Pete Humchenko, sorry if I butchered your name there, Pete. So, Trust Bank for Pensions, First National Trust Company, Township Engineer Ashley Porter, Porter Consulting Engineers, Consulting Engineer Mark Corey and Dice and Halmy, Consulting Engineers and HRG as Traffic Engineer, Township Solicitor Jeff Millen, Schaefer Law Firm, Township EMA, Robert Horvath.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Roll call, Lori.
Maloney.
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Wagner,
Yes.
Viera,
Yes, but I have one question.
yes.
Shouldn't the chief's names actually be read into the record rather than saying Department Fire Chiefs?
No, it could change during the year.
Okay. I didn't know if there'd be some inconsistency there or not, but yes,
Snyder,
that's my vote.
Yes, yes.
All right,
Is Jeff there this evening?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
You too.
next we have COG delegate. Delegate to the COG, nomination for delegate to the COG.
I'm gonna nominate Fritz again because he expressed interest in that before, so are you okay with that, Fritz?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone not in favor? Now alternate delegate to the COG. The motion?
I believe that's the rest of the supervisors have always been the alternate delegate. I'll make that motion if it's the way it should be done.
Okay.
All of the,
including Robbie and myself also.
Yes.
okay, so the alternate delegate to the COG will be all of the supervisors, except Fritz will be the delegate, plus Robert Horvat and Lori Swaby.
Correct, that'll be my motion.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? All right. Board appointments. Planning Commission, 4-year term, Ken Mudger. Sanitary Authority, 5-year term, Mark Gilday. Water Authority Board, 5-year term, Robert Franklin. Zoning Hearing Board, 3-year term, Chris Anderson. Code Enforcement Appeals Board, 3 annual appointments, Mark Gilday, Ashley Porter, and Mark Corey. And the Vacancy Board, Greg Latta.
I'll make that motion for those appointments.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Very good. Depositories, Mercer County State Bank, First National Bank, and Marquette Savings Bank for the following accounts: General State Streetlight, Curton, LST, Capital Improvements, Grant, and escrow accounts. A motion?
Motion?
A second.
Motion and second for the banks, for the depositories. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? All right. Treasurer's bond. Motion to set the treasurer's bond at $350,000.
I'll make that motion.
The motion
Second.
and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? State and local convention. Motion to grant the supervisors, manager, roadmaster, and secretary authorization to attend the 2020 Pennsylvania State Association of Township Supervisors Convention in Hershey, including the early session on Sunday.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Motion to grant the supervisors, manager, roadmaster, tax collector, auditors, and secretary authorization to attend the Spring and Fall County PA State Tax Collectors Association and the Pennsylvania Association of Municipal Administrators Conventions.
So moved.
Motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Motion to reimburse expenses, lodging, meals, and mileage while attending the conventions. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Motion to nominate a voting delegate for the township at the state convention. Motion?
Then we'll nominate Mr. Snyder. as an alternate?
Be able to go.
Oh, then Rob, you going?
Yeah.
Then Rob Horvat.
Okay, Rob, we're
No,
back.
I was hoping to go.
Good thing we have you here to know that. Okay, you're definitely going, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion and a second.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, anyone not in favor? Motion to nominate an alternate voting delegate. I don't know this time if anybody else is going. I'm not going to go this year.
I've never gone.
We don't need it.
Then we don't need it.
Okay. Don't worry about that one. Committee appointments, motion to appoint 3 to sit on the pension plan committee, Snyder, Horvat, and Swayze.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Pension plan, motion to appoint Robert Horvat, Chief Executive of the Township's pension plans.
So moved.
Second.
Motion. And a second.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Mileage rate, motion to set the mileage reimbursement rate to coincide with the IRS amounts, currently 57.5 cents per mile.
I'll make the motion.
Motion,
I'll second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? All right. That takes care of all the appointments, and so, motion to adjourn the reorganizational meeting.
I'll make the motion.
I have a motion, second? Second. Okay. Reorganizational meeting adjourned. At this time, we'll move right into the January monthly meeting. At this time, I open the floor to citizen comment. Anyone? Okay. Approval of minutes for the December 19th, 2019 year-end meeting. Have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second.
You got the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Okay. Finances, motion to direct the treasurer to issue checks for the approved vouchers due for payment. The motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion
I'll second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. One not in favor? Motion to ratify payroll for the employees from December 8th, 2019 through January 4th, 2020, and the supervisor's pay. I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Any correspondence, Lori?
I didn't know if our mark representative was coming, Paul Oberlander did send you his monthly report, it is in your packet.
Okay. He's very efficient at that. Really appreciate that. So we'll move right into our department heads. Police report, Chief Randy Detzel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I'm going to give the report for our Vernon Township Police Department calls that we went on in the month of December 2019. Also, I'll have my yearly totals as well. Next, if you look at your sheet where the totals are for the year. We answered a total of 231 calls for service in the month of December, bringing the yearly total for the Vernon Township Police Department to 2,788 calls. The month of December, we had 24 motor vehicle accidents, showing our yearly total of 184 that we handled. We had 13 citizens locked out of their vehicles. We had 6 traffic stops for violations. 2 traffic citations were issued, 4 warnings were given. We assisted with ordinance violations. We had 1 ordinance violation. We used it as a warning. It was taking care of the problem. We had 9 hearings in the month of December at District Judge Lincoln Zillhaber's here on Route 19. 7 of them were for criminal offenses and 2 for traffic. We traveled a total of 2,514 miles in December patrolling the township, and we show 32,154 miles of total patrol for the year. A couple things I'd like to mention is, first of all, the roundabout. The roundabout, I'd like to tell the folks that are watching, is not difficult. The thing is, just pay attention to where the yield is, and when you're inside the roundabout, you have the right-of-way. The issues we've been having have been where people don't quite understand that when it's clear, you can enter the roundabout. When you're in it, complete the direction of travel that you're going. One of the issues we've had is that folks come to a complete stop, and that's not necessary. If it's clear, you can enter the roundabout and keep on traveling. It's working pretty well. The traffic seems to be moving very well, but I do want to mention these things because we have had a couple of minor motor vehicle accidents there, and the biggest problem is just not understanding, I think, when people enter that, how it goes, because basically failure to yield is what was the cause of the motor vehicle accidents. Other than that, it's going well. Again, folks, try to give yourselves a little extra time this time of year. You've got weather conditions, road conditions, so we have to slow down a little bit because one of the factors when we do have accidents is the speed that we're traveling. So that would be great if everybody just kind of watch out for that. And last but not least, myself and our whole police department wishes to wish everybody a happy and prosperous new year. And that's my report.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Anyone have questions for the chief?
I was gonna ask about the roundabout, of course, like I usually do, but you pretty much explained it all. It seems to work better than I thought, but if you're on 19, you're trying to go from 1998 one way or the other in a busy time of day and everybody's blasting up and around the 322 part, you're gonna wait a little bit, so I guess it's a give and take, but.
Well, that's the whole thing, and what's nice about it is if the folks are just being a little courteous to each other, it flows very well. We don't have the folks sitting at the intersections as we did with the traffic light. However, everybody wants to get in, is in a hurry, and the yield is the big issue. Just yield to the cars and everything will be fine.
I've come up and, people just be stopped, sitting there waiting because there's, just like you said, nobody around, or they're treating it like a stop sign where it's
Correct.
just, everything's designed to flow together, but all said and done, I mean, there hasn't been any major catastrophes
Nope.
or not as bad as we thought or originally anticipated maybe.
Time will help, I know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I came through both of them in Sagertown over the weekend, and they still not, they're still, it's like brand new to them there too, so I guess it's definitely a learning curve, but.
Oh, it is. I think the flag is terrific. The flag looks great. I think that's great. Personal little note.
I have a question on the school buses. Are we doing better with the school
Well,
buses?
we're doing very well with school buses.
That's been a real concern.
Very, very well. We've been out, we
Public
have,
aware, or?
yeah, we try as often as we can, at least a couple times a week to try to follow the buses. And really, the folks are doing very well. Very happy with it.
Good.
John?
Yes, Fritz.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the chief, the non-retail theft, is that all Walmart?
Well, were all the retail thefts Walmart?
Majority of them, not all of them, but the majority come from Walmart, yes.
How long does that tie up an officer when they have to,
Each one is different. That's the problem. It's sort of like eating a box of chocolates. We don't know what we have till we get there. Some of them are simple, very quickly handled if they're a summary offense, but the problem you have with retail thefts, and it's a good thing to tell the public, if you go in today and you steal a $20 CD and go in tomorrow and steal a can of pop and you've never been arrested before, every offense makes it that much more serious. So if you went in 3 days in a row and stole $2 items every one of the days, you can get yourself to a felony. And then that becomes a court case where we have to do a summons rather than issue a non-traffic citation. So there's more time there. Every case is different, especially when they have to sit there and go through all the items that were taken. Sometimes the folks take a lot of items, several items that have to be checked out and the value of those items all total. So it's really hard to give a specific amount of time on a retail.
It just seems every month, we see such a nice, large number listed there for us providing assistance on that. And I just was curious.
Well, that's true, but I will say for Walmart, I will say, Mr. Snyder, for Walmart, that they do have an exceptionally good camera system, and they have a lot of folks that watch those cameras, and they're very thorough. So anybody that's watching, believe me, you're on camera. There's definitely candid camera in Walmart, no doubt about it.
More places than that, too.
There's where you don't think there's cameras, there's cameras.
I was in one of the major places today, and I looked up and I was like, oh, yeah. So, okay, anything else, Fritz?
No, that's good. I
Okay.
just saw that number, you know. I look for the largest numbers down the list there, and that jumps out all the time. Yeah. Yep, good.
All right, thank you. We'll move right on into the road report. Leonard Zarembinski, Roadmaster.
Thank you, Chairman Maloney. Good evening, Supervisors, and I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year also, echoing Chief Detzel's compliment there. Plowed and salted roads 13 days, spread anti-skid on gravel roads 3 different days, checked roads after wind and rainstorms on the 6th, the 10th, the 30th, and 31st. Cleaned up a lot of tree limbs, cleaned plug pipes and ditches on Conneaut, Stevens, Hollis, Spouse, Sportsman, and North Watson Run. Did some ditch cleaning on Johnson, Sportsman, Putnam, and South Watson Run. Patched potholes when needed. Repaired berms on PA Avenue and washouts on Swamp and Huff Roads. Under sign upgrades, installed some new stop signs, one at Laura Brown and one at Cutter at Route 322. Installed some new batteries and the red flashing B lights on top of stop signs. Under equipment maintenance, the JCB backhoe repaired the strobe light. Truck 6 replaced exhaust clamp and pipe and changed the plow lift cylinder, it was leaking. Bucket truck, new starter solenoid. And that's all I have. Seem to have a lot of wind and rainstorms here in December we usually don't have, so.
Yeah, we sure did.
I wish it didn't stay cold and frozen or stay warm and get out of the mud. So,
There's a lot of wind,
yeah.
for sure. Any
That's all.
questions for the Roadmaster? No. Okay, thank you. Administration zoning report, Robert Horvath, Manager.
Good evening, everyone. It hardly feels like the first of the year with temps in the mid-40s, but we'll take it. Since tonight is the first meeting of the new year, I thought I'd take a moment to recap some of the highlights of 2019. It's safe to say construction was a theme in the township throughout 2019. 52 zoning permits were issued, resulting in $41,548 in fees brought in. Our road department worked all spring and summer to have our roads ready for some major paving projects that we accomplished. Our CDBG and liquid fuels project covered several miles of roads throughout the township. And you can't mention construction in 2019 without bringing up the roundabout. I'd like to say our police department did an excellent job helping to manage the traffic and the accidents that they had throughout the project. It was always difficult for those guys had to go out there and work because you had the construction plus, them being out there. It was a dangerous situation, but they did a great job with that. And now that project's past us. Financially, we finished 2019 in good shape. Between our department heads' frugalness, careful planning for the future, and a little luck, we were able to put $75,000 into our capital fund at the end of the year, as well as to move into 2020 with the same millage rate for property taxes. We're posed for another great year in 2020. A few of the projects we're looking forward to include a community development block grant that will work on accessibility of the township building, seal coating of the Roach Park walking trail, a CDBG paving project that will finish Reynolds and Williams Street, general fund paving of Cutter, Brooks, and several smaller township roads, updating the township meeting room as well as some offices. That with our day-to-day work will make 2020 a busy and exciting year in the township. You can only hope it'll be as good as 2019. That's my report for tonight.
Thank you, Rob. Any questions for Rob tonight?
The letters.
Yeah, one thing, down here, I've been asking, is Dunkin' Donuts on schedule for?
I think about 2 weeks, I think, but I've stopped giving out guesses.
I got asked by somebody down here, April 1st, when are they opening the Dunkin' Donuts? Okay, good.
I was by there today, and they were working hard on outside. It was
Yeah.
fairly nice, mid-30s today, so they were doing a lot of work outside.
Good.
Yeah. Do you have anything from Ashley?
No, actually, I talked to him earlier in the week and he didn't have anything.
Okay. Very good. So, I'd like
I have a
to,
question.
okay.
Were the letters was that gonna be pushed back till the letters around the roundabout, was that gonna be pushed back until roughly spring?
Yeah,
We talked before about that, and it was, they might be able to do it, but you.
last I talked to the PennDOT representative on the project, he said the letters were supposed to come in mid to end of December, but SET, the construction company, would have already laid off the majority of their
Right,
employees.
okay.
So they didn't think they'd call them out just for a couple of days to put the letters on. So they figured that'll come back probably March or so, when they're starting up work again.
Okay.
Good point. Great.
I'm glad you pointed out that we put $75,000 in the capital reserve account, which most people don't realize that is to buy new equipment or to get us over a hump in case we have a recession and a reduction in our income. The fact that we didn't raise taxes, and I think the last time we had a tax adjustment in the township was 15 years ago when we lowered it. I think that's pretty good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Very good point, Gary. Thank you. So, I'd like to welcome our new solicitor, Jeff Millen, this evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your turn, Jeff.
Well, good evening, everybody, and Happy New Year to everyone. I appreciate the supervisors and the township's vote of confidence, and look forward to working with everybody, and hopefully it'll be a long journey with all of us, and we can learn together, so to speak. So even though I've been around for, 30 years now, I know Mark Charles, I've got some big shoes to fill there, so looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Jeff. Any questions for Jeff this evening?
Welcome to the team.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll move right into new business. I have a motion to renew the Conneaut Lake Ambulance Service and Summit Township Fire Department agreement for services to township residents.
I'll make that motion.
A motion,
I'll second.
motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? Motion to approve resolution 2020-01, employees' contribution to the uniform and non-uniform pension plans for 2020.
So moved.
So moved.
Motion and
Second.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone not in favor?
You're on the non-uniform.
Right, I was just, if I should read this off or not, what they're gonna be. Find it. Thought I had it up.
It's in the budget.
The motions, excuse me, I thought I had this set up. Well, the wages, oh, here it is, oh. Motion 2020-02, setting salaries and wages for non-uniform contractual employees. Now here for the Vernon Township Board of Supervisors does hereby set wages for the exempt non-uniform employees as follows. Administration Township Manager's salary, $68,958. Township Secretary Treasurer's salary, $46,020. Assistant Township Secretary's salary, $35,762. Cleaning salary, $9,750. Road Department, Roadmaster hourly, $23.22. Foreman hourly, $22.28. Operator labor hourly, $20.51. Part-time CDL hourly, $16. Part-time labor hourly, $13. Summer labor hourly, $10. Park and recreation maintenance hourly, $10, and summer labor, $8. So can I have a motion for resolution 2002, non-uniform employees' wages?
I'll make that motion.
Motion?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Anyone not in favor?
Aye.
You are in favor?
I am in favor.
Okay. Next, we have the motion to approve resolution 2020-03. The sewage program schedule fees, and those are rather lengthy, so we're, everyone has that?
Yes,
Aware of
I
what
saw
it is?
that.
Yeah, okay. So, motion to approve the resolution for the sewage program schedule fee?
So moved.
Motion,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not in favor? All right. There's 3 resolutions to start off the year. Any old business, Lori? No. All right, that brings us right around to our upcoming meeting, where we know we'll be here on February 5th, Supervisors Work Session at 7:30 p.m., and February 6th will be the 5th Supervisors Meeting at 7:30 p.m. So, moving right along, have supervisors' comments. Start with you, Gary.
I'd like to welcome everybody to a new year. I hope we have 2020 is a good year for the township and the residents in our country. And that's about it. Joe?
I want to wish all our township residents a happy new year and welcome Mr. Milne as the new solicitor.
Okay, Greg?
Pretty much the same thing. Happy New Year. Welcome aboard, Jeff. Great job with me. Bud and everybody that does. Corey. Rob, I would like to take the opportunity to eat just a little bit of crow publicly about the roundabout, because I was super against it, but it does seem to be working better than I thought it would, because I was really against it, really against it, and it's working better than I originally anticipated. I'm not saying that I'm all for it, but it's less painful than I imagined. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got. Just a little bit.
Good way to
Just
put
eat
it.
a little bit of
Less
it, just a
painful.
little bit.
Let's think.
Not much, just a little bit.
Changes. So, I'd just like to take this opportunity, wish everybody a happy new year, and we're looking forward to a great 2020 here at the township. Thank Armstrong Utilities for coming this evening, and the Meadville Tribune for being here.
Chris. You're forgetting Fritz.
Chris?
Fritz.
Fritz.
Fritz? Oh, Fritz.
Forgive me.
That's all right.
Forgive me.
No, I just wanted to welcome Solicitor Millen also, and kind of go along the lines as Greg. I was with him all along this, so I'm thinking that roundabout is going to be a lot more problems than what it seems to be happening. I still think it's too small, the diameter, and for getting in a couple of those close places there, like Subway and other places, Smith Gray and such, but it's working, and I wish everybody a happy new year. Thank you very much. Yep.
All right, Fritz, and you enjoy yourself down there.
Oh, I'm right, thank you.
I don't have to tell you to do
I'll
that,
think about
right?
you.
All right, great. Thank you for pointing that out, Joe. So, we work so well together. Have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second, meeting adjourned.